Didn't think I'd be recording 2 videos today, but Battlefield 2042 is getting some massive changes that have just been revealed on the Inside Battlefield podcast, all relating to weapons and more specifically Vault weapons. So let's get straight into this because there's a lot to cover, and I would recommend listening to the podcast in full to get the entire perspective, but I'm just going to give you the cliff notes right now, so let's go. First, we've got the information that we already have, but it kind of puts it all into perspective that we have more than 20 Vault weapons in the game now. And these are amazingly going to get reworked to have a large range of the 2042 attachments. Now, this isn't going to be the full range of attachments, and the constraints are based on a few things, but it is a lot of them, and this is a massive change. This is something we've been asking for as a community for ages, and I've actually complained about in the past, and I'm so happy we're going to be getting this. The constraints are based on what actually fits on the weapon physically, whether rails can be positioned correctly to have sights or whether rail conversions can be made. So what sights and attachments are on each weapon will depend on that weapon. But yeah, we're getting a lot of the 2042 attachments to make these weapons so much more versatile and in line with the current lineup of 2042 all-out warfare weapons. We also got the confirmation that there are more Vault weapons to come in the future, and that initially the team had really good feedback on Vault weapons, which is understandable because we were all happy that we got these new weapons along with the seasonal weapons, but they got feedback that they needed to be more competitive, and this is working to maybe fix that, but it's a little bit more complicated than we might think. That is because the way the dispersion and the recall functions on the Vault weapons is completely different to the 2042 weapons. They have different models because they're from different games, and that is inherently going to limit them in some capacity, but these attachments are hopefully going to bridge that gap a little more. Starting from Season 5, expect weapons to have most of their original attachments removed, gone, and replaced with these 2042 ones. Now there are some outliers like scopes, because they're keeping a few like the ACOG or the Holo, either for nostalgia or because they're quite integral to the weapons. For example, the 416 I couldn't see without having the Holo or ACOG on it. But the newer scopes are being added because they look better and they function better and serve the same purpose as some other ones. For example, if you've got a 4x from the Vault weapon attachment, then that is probably going to look more noisy and perform worse than the 2042 4x. This carries over to muzzle devices as well. We're probably going to get some compensators and some muzzle brakes and some suppressors from All Out Warfare, and I can't wait to put them on my Vault weapons. Same with underbarrels, we're going to get one grip that universally fits all of the weapons, which is a little weird, so I'll have to see which one it is. But we are also going to have bipods, lasers, and flashlights, and it's confirmed we're going to get multiple types of laser for each weapon. I'm not sure whether these are going to be unlockable or whether we're all going to have them unlocked from the start, because it might be quite nice to have a bit of a grind with these weapons and make them more of a rewarding experience to use. On top of that, I'm wondering if they are going to be unlockable, do you have to go through the entire unlock process again? For example, I have the 416 at about 800 kills right now, and if it was an all-out warfare weapon, I would have unlocked all of the attachments. So when these come along, am I going to have those all unlocked by default, or will I have to grind again to get them? That being said, they could just be free attachments that you get with the gun that you don't have to grind for. Either way, we're not sure. Ammo-wise, we're getting extended mags, due to erring on the side of caution by the devs. They don't want to go mess up the balance and the logistics of the damage for each weapon by adding subsonic or close quarter or heavy ammo, so they're just going to go for extended and drum mags. I'm very happy that I'm going to be able to run the 416 with an extended mag, and with the assault's proficiency, I'm going to have so much ammo to use, it's going to be great. However, not all of these changes are coming at once for all of the weapons. This is because if a problem does arise in the rollout of Update 5.0 before Season 5, and something goes wrong with all of the weapons that have attachments, they don't want all 20 Vault weapons to basically be unusable. In 5.0, we're having all Vault assault rifles and the GOL Sniper Magnum getting these attachments, so if something does go wrong, it's limited to just those weapons. After that, Update 5.1 and 5.2 will have the rest of the Vault weapons like shotguns, LMGs, and SMGs having the attachments on them. They're going for the weapons first that are already competent in the game, like the 416 or the M16, that perform well, and they've seen from their statistics that are competitive somewhat with the all-out warfare weapons, before turning to the more difficult weapons and tuning them, as they will all have the same attachments, of course. This will give them a much needed baseline of data to see which Vault weapons later on are underperforming and what they need to adjust. Interestingly as well, these changes being made are the reason we got no Vault weapons in 4.2, and if you recall back in my 4.2 video, I was kinda confused why we got no Vault weapons at all. Little did I know, a month later from that, we're probably going to be getting the attachments for Vault weapons starting to roll out. So that is why we didn't get any Vault weapons. It's because the entire team based on Vault weapons was over fixing these and applying all of these attachments and skins to Vault weapons. And if you were paying attention there, you heard I said skins. Because yes, we are getting all universal skins being brought over to Vault weapons in Update 5.0, not just to the assault rifles and the Sniper Magnum, but to all of them. This is a change that I love. Although I do like running the clean aesthetic with the Vault weapons, it would be nice to personalize them a little bit, and that is exactly what we're getting, thank God. There are a lot of universal skins as well that are applicable in the game to all weapons, so you're going to have a lot of choice of what color and texture you want your Vault weapons to be. Finally, the balance that's being adjusted here is more focused on versatility for Vault weapons with their attachments, not for more power. The team are going to see whether they need to adjust some outliers or whether they're going to have a pass on all Vault weapons once they add the attachments and adjust them all. And ultimately the goal is to make it so that you can kind of play however you want with these and feel the same amount of freedom with Vault weapons as you do with All-Out Warfare weapons, and try and bring them up to speed a little bit. As for those All-Out Warfare weapons, we are getting two much needed balance changes in the coming weeks. First off is the G57, as the burst mode they saw outpaced basically all other sidearms, so they're looking to adjust it without nerfing the gun into the ground, because it's the first gun you get in 2042, it's meant to be user friendly, and they don't want to make it awful so new players have a very hard time using it. The majority of feedback of the G57 came from the higher echelon of players they've revealed, so they're going to try and make it a lot harder to use in terms of that burst mode and make it more of a last resort rather than basically a necessity. The other adjustment is for the RM68, and the DICE team have revealed that it was supposed to dethrone the SFAR as basically the most effective assault rifle, which it did, but it was too strong, so it's getting some balance changes coming very soon. I'm very happy about this one because the RM68 is basically all I see, especially in Team Deathmatch nowadays. This change needs to come fast, and I'm going to be sitting here in the coming weeks waiting for it to come over. And finally, we have a new upcoming weapon for 2042. This apparently is the studio's favourite. This is coming in Season 5, and the only hints we've got is, as I just said, it's the studio's favourite weapon. It has a 50 on its name, and players love this one, and it's a returning weapon. I have no clue what this could be, so let me know in the comments below what you think. And let me know in the comments below what you think of this whole thing, the new Vault weapon changes, because I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, like and subscribe, it helps me out more than you know, and it's free. If you want to come and talk to me or anybody else that loves this game, head over to the NoSalt Discord, the link is in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.